Aces are neat. Deuces are keen. Call them right, and you'll win the green on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Bob Eubanks, boy model. Hello, Bob. Good to see you. Everybody's happy to see you there.
Did you notice my model walk?
Yes, I was a little suspicious there for a moment, Robert. But, hey, we're going to be neighbors.
We are going to be neighbors beginning Monday. I have a new show coming on NBC that we're very excited about. It's called All-Star Secrets.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's a funny show, and I think you really enjoy it. We'll be on right after you.
Right after us, yes. We're looking forward to it on Monday. And you got to tell me, you got any secrets you can tell us?
Well, our show consists of 5 celebrities and 3 contestants. And, well, for instance, on the first week of shows, one of the celebrities infected the President of the United States. But you got to watch Monday to find out who it was.
That sounds like a goodie. We'll look forward to it.
All-Star Secrets.
Bob, thank you so much. All-Star Secrets following us on Monday. Thank you, Bob. Bob Eubanks. Nice man, very talented. And, yeah, All-Star Secrets and also Password Plus also coming on Monday. Watch for that as well. And we thank Lisa Green of Needham, Massachusetts for the opening poem. Now let's bring up our champion who's going to go for the big money, Teresa Goodwin. I almost said let's go to the cards. Hello, Teresa.
Hi. I'm glad to be back.
That's nice. You're a fine champion. Once you again remind us about yourself.
Okay, I come from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Why are you backing away? We want to see you up here. There you go.
I come from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. I just moved to Pasadena to study music. I enjoy writing poetry and music and hope someday to get some of it published. I enjoy being here.
Good. And you've won $200 winning the game. Are you ready to go for the big money?
Oh, I'm ready.
Then let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on up there, Teresa. And Teresa, the money cards. Brand new deck of cards, all shuffled and cut. Janice will start dealing them out as we give you $200 on the bottom level and 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we'll give you another $200 and 3 more cards. Remember, the minimum bets are $50 till you get to the top card. The big bet, there you must risk at least half the money. A lot of money up there. Good luck, Teresa.
Okay.
Here's $200. And, of course, you can change your base cards on each of the 3 levels if you need to. With $200, you're starting with a 2. Great card.
Good card. Okay, all of it higher.
$200. Higher than a 2. Yes, a
Woo!
jack.
Okay, I'm going to go all of it lower.
Gonna risk it all on the jack? $400,
Yes.
I hope you're
I'm
right.
a
Lower
better.
than a jack? No. Another jack.
Okay, that's okay.
But you're not out of it because we have the other $200 in
Yes.
betting money. We
Okay.
move up the jack. You're back in it. Do you want to play that jack on this level?
Yes, I'll play it. I'll bet 100 of it lower.
I'm going to hold back this time.
Yes.
Half of it. $100. Lower than a jack. Yes, with a 9.
Okay,
$300.
100 of it lower.
$100 lower than the 9. Oh, no, another 9. 2
no.
doubles. Down to 200 with 2 cards to go. Come on, Teresa.
200. Okay, 100 of it lower. Lower.
$100 lower than a 9. Yes, a 3.
Okay.
Good card
Okay,
moves
I
up.
wanna keep that. All of it higher.
All right, let's try to double it. Risking it all. For $600 higher than a 3, it is.
Okay, good. That's good.
And a good comeback with $600, Teresa. Come on down here. That's not too bad with a 200 in the game. $800. We'll meet a new challenger right after this commercial message, so don't go away. 2 doubles. That's tough to take. That is tough.
All this week.
Good morning.
Are you ready, Teresa?
I'm ready.
Then let's open up the board and get to the cards. And as Janice and Marky come in and start loading into brand new decks of cards, we'll meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Dilanjan Soisa. Hello, Dilanjan. Welcome. Nice to have you here. And won't you tell us about yourself, sir?
I'm Dilanjan Soisa. I'm from Colombo, Sri Lanka. I'm a graduate student in chemistry at USC, and I hope to get my PhD next year. I have a lovely wife, Gauri, who's also a graduate student.
Good.
I love watching TV, and my wife thinks I watch a bit too much of it.
Ah, does it get in the way of the studies?
Not really, no. I hope not, at least.
That's good. You cut your cards then, sir, have you?
Yes.
Then we are all set to go. Good luck. And, of course, the cards are shuffled. The players cut them themselves. Teresa, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red deck. Dillingen, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue deck. Best 2 out of 3. We start with you, Teresa. Teresa, we asked 100 single women. Have you ever looked at a man you were dating and wondered what your children would look like?
Oh.
How many women said that they have? Looked at the man and wondered what the children would look like with him.
I think that's really high. I do that. I think that would be high. I think that would be like 65.
65?
I think that would be high.
You think you'd marry one if you thought they'd be nice children?
No, not just because of that, no.
She says 65, Dillingen. Higher or lower?
I think it's pretty high because my wife and I, when she was single, we used to always talk about it. And I think it will be a little bit lower, though.
Not 65. You say
Little bit
lower.
lower.
If it is lower, you get first crack at the cards. If not, it'll be Teresa. And the actual number of single women who looked at the man they were dating and wondered what their children would look like is 83. Not lower, Teresa.
Okay.
And Teresa, you start off with a 5.
Okay, I'm going to change that.
Whenever you win the question, you have the right to change it. A jack.
Oh, okay, that's better. Okay, I'll go lower.
Lower than a jack. Yes, an 8.
Okay, I'm going to freeze.
And we move over the freeze bar. Can't take those cards away from you. And Dillingen, your first question. We polled 100 prison inmates. Now, these men are all serving time in Folsom State Prison. And we asked them, if someone offered you $1 million to stay in jail for an extra 5 years, would you do it? How many inmates said they would stay in jail for an extra 5 years?
Well, I have no personal experience. Really, I wouldn't mind waiting 5 years in prison for $1 million. Maybe when I'm there, I might think differently. But among the prisoners, I would think about, most of them would say about 70.
70 would stay in jail for an extra 5 years for $1 million.
I would say that's lower. It's not the place to be, prison. No, I would say that's
Not even for $1 million.
No.
You say lower. The actual number of inmates who for $1 million would stay in jail for an extra 5 years is 52. You're right, Teresa. It's lower.
Okay, I'd like to change that, please.
And she's looking at an 8 and instead plays a 10.
Okay, I'll go lower.
Lower than a 10. Yes, a 2.
Okay, I'll go higher.
Higher than a 2.
I'll go lower.
For the first game of the match, lower. Yes! Game 1 to the champion. And $100. Janice, if you will set up for game 2 with the same 2 decks of cards. Good cards there, Teresa, the ace and the 2. And remember the cards that have been played. It often is a help. Here come the next cards off the top. Teresa, we asked 100 child psychiatrists. Have you and your spouse ever had a fight in front of your children? How many child psychiatrists said they have?
I think that would be high. That's just a normal thing that happens. I mean, even though it shouldn't, it just happens. I would say that would be around 60.
60 child psychiatrists have had a fight with their wife in front of the children.
I think the child psychiatrists are human, and all parents do tend to fight sometimes, even in front of their children. But I'll go with the answer I would say it's a little bit higher.
Little higher. So what you're both saying is the child psychiatrists are no different than the rest of us. Let's find out. The actual number of child psychiatrists who've had a fight with their spouse in front of their children is 85. You're right, Dillingen. Well, they are no different than the rest of us.
Yeah.
Dillingen, you're starting with a 2.
That's good. I'll keep it and go higher.
Higher than a 2. Oh, no, another 2. It's not higher. No. Big break for the champion, Teresa. You got a 5.
Okay, I'll go higher.
Higher than the 5. Yes, the queen.
Okay, lower.
Lower than a queen. A 10.
Okay, I'll freeze.
Freezing it. Janice will fill in the space for you, Dillingen, and the question goes to you. Dillingen, we asked 100 single women. Have you ever been out driving with a guy who turned to you on a dark country road and said, I'm afraid we're out of gas? How many women said a man has used that line on them?
That's, I think, more in the storybooks and in the novels, and I don't think many women will fall for that. So I would go with a fairly low number, about 30.
About 30 women have had a man say, oh, we're out of gas.
Okay, I don't don't think they say that anymore. I would go lower. I think that's just an old saying.
You say lower.
That would be real stupid.
You mean I can't use that line anymore? Huh? The actual number of single women who've had a man say to them, "I'm afraid we're out of gas," is 16. You're right, it's lower.
Okay, I'd like to change that card, please.
Yes, I said that the other day, and unfortunately I was home at the time. Changing the 10 to an 8.
Oh, that's not too good. Okay, I'll go higher.
Higher than an 8? Yeah, oh no, it's a 7. There's a break for the challenger, Dillinger with a 2.
Higher.
He says higher, and this time it is a queen.
Lower.
Lower than a queen, a 9.
I think I'll freeze.
We have a tie. Each player needs 2 cards. The question goes to you, Teresa. Teresa, we found 100 unmarried couples who are living together. And we asked the women, do your parents approve of your living arrangements? How many women said their parents do approve?
Do approve. I would say that would be low because I don't know. Parents just don't approve of that, but then it doesn't make any difference anymore. I would say that would be around 30.
30 said their parents do approve.
I agree with her reasoning. I don't think parents approve of it. I think it's going to be even lower than 30.
Even lower.
Yeah.
The actual number of unmarried women whose parents approve of their living with a man is 62. Not lower, Teresa. I think you probably hit on it when you said they're facing the reality of the situation. You've got an 8, Teresa.
I'd like to change that card, please.
Changing the 8 to... Oh, another 8.
Well, okay, let's see. I'll go lower.
Lower than the 8. A 9 is not lower, and again, Dillinger with a free chance, a 9.
I got to go lower.
Lower than a 9? No, an 8. Not lower. We still have a tie. Both players need 2 cards, and we are at sudden death.
Yes.
Someone has to win with this play of the cards. Dillinger, we asked 100 men. When you sing in the shower, do you think you sound as good as Frank Sinatra? How many men said yes, they do?
Well, I think so, and I try to sing in the shower, but my wife, she closes all the doors and gets as far away as possible. And asking the men, I would go with about 40.
40 men said, oh, they sing just as good as Sinatra in the shower.
Okay, I'd go higher because men's ego is just phew. So I would say higher, you know.
You're so graphic about that, Teresa. The actual number of men who think they sound as good as Frank Sinatra is 34, not higher. Dillinger. Dillinger, you have a 9. You need 2 cards. Teresa has an 8. She needs 2. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'll pass it over to the...
All right, Teresa, if you can turn these both over, you have won the second game of the match, but make one mistake and Dillinger ties it up. With an 8, call this.
Okay, I think that would be lower.
Lower. Lower than an 8? No, it's another 8. It's not lower, and Dillinger in sudden death has tied up the match. So each player has 1 game and $100. The tiebreaker with just 3 cards up there and 3 questions right after this. Tough with an 8. Tough. Well, we've got a tie. Each player with 1 game and $100. So we set up for the tiebreaker. 3 cards up there, 3 questions here. Someone gets a crack at the money cards, and it'll be decided very quickly with just 3 questions. Control of that board, so very important right now. Teresa, the question to you. Teresa, we asked 100 driving instructors, very simply, do you have an ulcer? How many driving instructors said yes, they have an ulcer?
Okay, I would say, I don't think that would be too high. I mean, ulcers, I don't know. I don't think that would be too high. I would say that would be around 34.
34 driving instructors said yes, they have an ulcer.
Well, if they were school instructors, I can understand, teachers and so on. Driving instructors, probably not. They won't get so many ulcers. But I'll say a little bit higher.
Higher than that?
Little bit higher.
The actual number of driving instructors who have an ulcer is 7, not higher. Teresa, yes.
There we go.
Not that many people have ulcers. And Teresa, you start with a king.
Oh, good card. Okay, I'll go lower.
Lower than a king. A 4.
Okay, I'll go higher.
She's going to go for it. If this is higher, she keeps the championship for the win. No. No. And Dillinger again, a free chance to play. A 3.
Higher, please. Higher.
Higher than a 3. A 10.
I'll freeze.
You'll freeze it. Dillinger needs 1 card, and as Janice fills in the spaces, Teresa needs 2. Dillinger, we asked 100 mothers of 16-year-old boys. Has your son ever told you that you're too square? How many mothers said yes?
When I was a 16-year-old boy, I did tell my mother many times.
What did she do?
She ignored it and she said, no, I'm all right. You're just out of date. And
16-year-old boys. And we asked the mothers.
I would think it's fairly high, and I would go around 65.
65 mothers said their 16-year-old boy said you're too square.
Okay, I tend to go higher than that, simply because at the age of 16, you think everyone is off somewhere. So I would say.
So higher.
Yes, higher.
The actual number of mothers whose son has told them they're too square is 53, not higher, Dillingen.
I change the card, please.
Still, that's a lot of them. Changing the 10 to a 5.
Higher.
If this is higher, you've got the championship for the win.
Yeah!
We have a new champion, Diligent Slicer. And Teresa, thank you for joining us. You're leaving us with $900. Thank you. Teresa Goodwin. Diligent, come on down. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
We're going to go for the big money now.
Yes.
And that'll be coming up right after this commercial break.
The Skinny Mike is ready.
Back with our champion, Diligent Slicer. How am I pronouncing your name? Am I doing all right?
You're doing pretty good. Yeah.
What is the exact pronunciation?
Dilanjan.
Dilanjan?
Right, that's...
Oh, Dilanjan.
Perfect.
Ah. You think I could learn the language?
No, it's not really a typical Ceylonese name.
Oh,
I think
good.
my parents made up the name, and I'm probably the
It's a
only person.
nice name. It suits you. Are you ready to go for the big money?
Yes.
Let's get to the money cards. Come on, Diligent. Dilanjan. Oh, get it. And once again, with a brand new deck of cards, all shuffled and cut, Janice starts dealing them out. You'll have 7 cards in total up there for the money cards. And if you were to double all the way up to the top, there's a total of $28,800 up there that you could possibly win. And I hope you can do it. I know a student can use the money. Here's $200. Good luck, and we'll start you off on the bottom level with this base card. It is a jack. Do you want it?
I think I'll keep it and bet 100 lower.
Now play the jack. $100 lower. Yes,
Yes.
with a 9. 300.
I'll go another 100 lower.
$100 lower than a 9. Yes, with a 7. 400.
I'm going $50 higher.
$50. Risking it higher. Yes, with an 8. Well, the cards weren't so good, but you did very well with them as we move
I'll
up to
change
8.
the card, please.
You want to change it?
Yes,
And you can
definitely.
indeed change it. And of course, you've got the other $200 of betting money there. Changing the 8 to a 9.
A 9. Oh.
Again, a tough card.
I'll go
$650.
$100 lower. I don't see any low cards. So.
$100 lower than a 9. No, it's a king.
That's
There's the
still
first good card.
Yeah.
$550.
I'll go $450 lower.
$450 lower than a king. Yes, with another jack. $1,000 even.
I'll go $200 lower.
$200 lower than the jack. It is 6. 1,200 and up goes the 6. Big decision. Do you want
I'm
it?
going to change it.
And this is a big change with $1,200 of money there. You're going to play the big bet with an ace. Good
I'll
card.
go everything lower.
For $2,400 or nothing, lower than an ace.
Yeah!
$2,400. Oh, wait, you know when I saw that too, I was afraid it was another ace. Come on down here. You played those cards very, very well. Very well. And with the $200 in the game, $2,600 for your one play of Card Sharks. We'll be right back, right after this. Nice one. Good one. You really did not have very good cards at all.
California, everyone can drive a future.
Back with a very good champion, Dilanjan Slicer. Good player. $2,600 in that. Ready to meet a new challenger.
Yes.
Then let's bring her out right now. Here's Cindy Tedder. Hello, Cindy. Welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Could you tell us a little about yourself?
Certainly. I'm Cindy Tedder. I live in Valencia, California. I'm originally from a small town in South Carolina by the name of Rock Hill. I enjoy most all sports. I'm a jogger. I run 2 miles a day, and I also do some substitute teaching.
Well, you're a good athletic lady. I know you've been waiting all day to get on, so we wanted to get you on and get you comfortable here and get used to everything. We don't have time to start the match right now, so we'll invite you back on Monday, and I do hope all of you will come back again and join us on Monday. And do watch for Bob Eubanks' new show starting on Monday, the All-Star Secrets and Password Plus, both of them premiering on Monday here on NBC. Sounds like an announcer, right? Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive an assortment of Time Life How to Do It books. Colorful and authoritative books on gardening, cooking, home repair, boating, and photography. And some of our contestants will receive Rough It, the dynamic sculpture coat. It's pre-mixed and pre-colored. Now you can create deep, dramatic textures like a professional with Rough It by Z-Brick. And La Machine, the complete food preparation system from France. It's like having a chef at your side. La Machine by Molinex. And Polyglide Coat rust-proofing shield. Gets into seams, cracks, and crevices of your car where rusting begins. Rust-proofing protection available at new car dealers everywhere. And a gift set from new improved Breck Shampoo. Now you can see, feel, and smell what new improved Breck Shampoo does for your hair. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.
Get ready